Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Monday Pilates session. How are you? I hope you had a lovely weekend. I had a fabulous weekend down in Brighton, but more of that later. If you want to stick around for the chat, I come back and talk to you after the session. But today we're going to get started straight away with our 30-minute Pilates. It's going to be a full body workout, but we're really going to focus on really making your back feel better and more mobile. So that is the idea with this session. All of the exercises we do are going to work your core as well. So double whammy. All right. Anyway, let's get started. Okay. So we're going to come lie down and knees bent, feet hip width apart. And we're going to do a little bit of visualization today to try and help you with understanding your back a little better. All right, so we're going to find the neutral position. So that's the two hip bones here, pubic bone here. And we're going to try and bring them into horizontal alignment. And once you've got that alignment, I just want you to feel the space. So between the hip bones down to the pubic bone, and try and visualize that space like a bowl of soup. Yeah. If it's summer where you are, it could be cold soup because I know it's very hot here. But imagine this is a bowl of soup, so a lovely round bowl. And the liquid is just below the rim. So at the moment, everything's fine. The bowl is nice and stable, okay? And what I want you to do now is tip the bowl forward. So it's like you're going to tip some of the soup in that direction. And then bring it back and level it out. All right, so this is the opposite way to the way we normally go. So we're going to go in that direction, little tilt, and then bring it back so everything's even. So little tilt and back. So it's a forward movement, forward and bring it back. So visualize that soup just coming up to the rim and then leveling back out. One more time, forward and back. Now we're going to go in the normal direction, which is this way. So you're tilting towards you. So the liquid is going to move in this direction. And then take it back. Little tilt. It's like you're trying to pour the soup out. And back. Tilt. And back. Tilt. And back. One more tilt. And back. So level your bowl up. Now I want you to try and tilt the liquid out to the right this time. So your right hip bone is going to drop down and you're going to visualize the liquid going over your right hip, spilling over your right hip and then coming back. Let's try that again. So over and back. So we're going to try and keep those knees as still as we can. So it's not a movement of the legs. It's very much a movement of the pelvis, which is also a movement of your spine. Okay, so we're really mobilizing the bones today. That's it. And back one more time. Now let's go the other way. So we're trying to spill everything out to the left. And back. Just go at your own pace. Again, trying to keep your knees pointing up to the ceiling. All right, because this is very much spinal work. We don't always do this in all our regular Pilates classes, but this is the way I work with people when I work one-to-one to really get that spine moving and mobilized and feeling good. All right, so you're tipping to the left and back, and one more, left and back. Now I'm going to try and do that around the clock. All right, so we call this pelvic clock sometimes. So we're going to go forward, then we're going to go over to our right, we're going to go to the back, over to the left, and back forward. All right, so forward to the right, tip it back, tip it left, and bring it back this time to neutral. One more, tip it forward to the right, back, over to your left, and back to neutral. Now we're going to try and go the other way. This is going to feel different in your body. So we're going to go forward. Now tip to the left, bring it back, tip to the right, and let's come back to our neutral position. So that's where that liquid is still. Now we're going to go forward with the pelvis to your left, tip it back to your right, and back to neutral. We'll do one more. Tip it forward to your left, to the back, to the right, and back to neutral. And you'll probably find that one direction feels so much easier than the other. Now we're going to try and do it in a flow. Okay, so nice circle. So we're circling forward to the right, back, and around. Okay, so just get that going into a nice circular movement. Again, this is the pelvis moving. We're not really moving those legs too much. All right, it's definitely a movement in your pelvis. Let's do one more. Bring it back to the center, go the other way. So go forward, left, back, and around. Circles. That's it. So this is wonderful for releasing tension in that lower back. All right, we're going to do 3 and 2 and 1. Bring your bowl back so it's nice and stable. Okay, so from here, we're going to do a little nod of the chin and elongate the back of the neck. I want you to try and visualize breathing in through the back of the body. You can't literally do that, but your ribs do move outwards as you breathe in here. Your ribs move in 3 directions. All right, so try and visualize that movement to the back. So you're inhaling, and as you inhale, you can feel your back opening up, the back of your ribs opening. And then exhale, just a long, relaxed breath out. Good. Deep breath in. Think of the back of the ribs inhaling. Long breath out. One more, then we're going to add some movement. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now you're going to take a breath in once again. Exhale, you're going to start to lift your head and your chest up. Place your hands underneath your thighs. Now inhale, trying to draw in through the back of the body or draw air in. As you exhale, see if you can come a little higher. Release your hands. Hold. Inhale through the back of the ribs. Exhale, coming all the way down. So remember that bowl. We're trying not to let that bowl tip, okay? Breathing in through the back of the ribs. And then lifting up as you breathe out. Hands on the back of the thighs. Inhale, think of opening up through the ribs, the back. Exhale, lift a little bit further. Release the hands as you inhale one more time. Exhale to come back down. Hopefully you've got the idea. Deep breath in. Exhale, lifting up. Hands on the back of the thighs. Inhale through the back of the ribs. Exhale, lift a little higher. Release the hands. Inhale through the back of the ribs. And exhale to come down. Just one more deep breath in. Exhale, lifting up. Hands on the thighs. Inhale through the back of the ribs. Exhale, lifting a little higher. Inhale through the back of the ribs, hold, and exhale to come back down. Now we're going to add to this, okay? So we're going to take a breath in. Exhale, lifting up. This time you're going to inhale through the back of the ribs. Exhale, come higher. Inhale, bring the arms up behind the head. And exhale to come back down. Reach the arms out and back down by your side. So breathing in. Think of breathing in through your shoulder blades if that helps you. Inhale. Exhale to lift. Inhale. Exhale, a little higher. Inhale, bring those arms up. And exhale, coming down. Arms out to the side and back down. Do one more deep breath in. Exhale to lift. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, come a little higher. Inhale. And exhale, coming all the way down. Take the arms out to the side, leave them there, bring your feet together. So everything we're doing today is working through all the sections of your spine. So now you're going to inhale, allowing your knees to go over to your right. You're going to exhale. Now this time I want you to think of breathing in through your left lung, back of your left lung. Inhale. Opening up that space. Exhale to come back to center. Let's go the other way. So inhale. Over to your left and exhale, let everything sink down to wherever it goes. Now breathing in through the back of your right lung. Inhale. Exhale, bringing those knees back to center. So we're going to speed this up now. So we're going to inhale, going over to the right. Exhale to come back. Inhale over to your left. Exhale to come back. Now, those of you that want to can come into your tabletop position. All right, I'm just going to check my form here. Then we're going to inhale over to your right. Exhale, come back to center. Try and keep your chest nice and still. Inhale over to your left. Exhale back to center. So inhale through the back of the left lung. Exhale back to center. Inhale through the back of the right lung. Exhale back to center. One more each side. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And inhale. Exhale. Up. Well done. Let's place those feet down. Keep them together. And I just want you to roll onto your side facing me. All right. Let's bring this top arm over. We're going to do the open book. So you're going to just draw your shoulder back a little. So you're lying on that shoulder. Arm here. Okay, so now we're going to work on our upper spine. So you're going to inhale, bringing this arm up. As you exhale, let's try to open the chest. So we're not dropping the arm. We're trying to really rotate our chest all the way back, looking towards that hand behind you. Inhale to come up and exhale back. So whichever way you're going, it's this top side of the chest at the back. You're visualizing your breath in. Okay, so inhale. Exhale, open. Inhale. Coming up. And exhale down. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Inhale up. And exhale down. We'll do one more. Inhale. Keep focusing on that breathing, because what we're really doing is releasing tension. The more tension we can get out of the back, the more effective your core exercises will be. Good. Now you're going to hold it here with this arm in the air. You're going to exhale to open the knee up. Inhale to bring it down. Exhale to open. Inhale to lower. Exhale to open. Inhale to lower. Try and keep your pelvis still. Open and lower and open and lower. Now here comes the fun move. We're going to open. We're going to take the arm, roll over, all the way over to the other side. So you'll be facing away from me now, just like I'm facing away from you. Open book, so the top back of that shoulder blade, those ribs, that's where you're trying to breathe in. So you inhale, exhale, opening the head, the chest. Hopefully you're turning to look towards me. Inhale. And exhale, coming down. Keeping those hips still. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. So we try and turn that rib cage. Good. Inhale, up. And lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Inhale, up. And lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Inhale, up. And lower down. This is your last one. Inhale. And exhale, open. Good. Now we're going to inhale, lifting up. Fingers pointing to the ceiling. You can look up if you want. You're going to open that knee up and bring it down. Open up and bring it down. Open up and down. Open and down. Open and down. And this time we're going to open, roll onto your back and roll all the way back to the other side. Now we're just going to do a little flow. So we're going to open, roll away from me and back. You're going to open, roll away and to the front. Open and roll. So really loosening up the hips with this one. Inhale. And open. So try and go as wide as you can. Then do your roll. Yes. And as wide as you can. And then your roll. Just two more. Open. And back. And open. And back. And now rolling onto your back. Bringing your arms by your side. Let's readjust the body. All right, so using our hands for this next exercise, we're going to do a little nod of the chin. We're going to place our hands behind our legs here, okay? And then from here, we're going to do a version of the roll up. So you're going to push your thighs away. Once your feet are down, you're then going to bring your body up and then lift up into a seated position, okay? We're going to do the same in reverse. All right, so we're going to bring our body down. So think of each segment of your spine moving. Once you get to your lower back, let your feet lift and bring yourself back down. Excellent. Again, so think of pressing the legs forward, nodding the chin, lifting up, feet down, coming over, and then lengthen up, draw those shoulders back. Now we're tucking under. We're coming back. We're lifting our legs, rolling back. Excellent. So this is a modification you can do for those of you that find the roll up challenging. We'll do one more. Push the legs away, feet on the floor, and lifting up and tucking under. Good. And coming back. Let's go up one more time. So using the legs, push away, come up. Well done. Those of you that are happy to do the full roll up, should I say? We're going to do that now. All right. So we're going down. It's just the same idea. Coming down. Arms overhead. Think still of that breath in through the back of the body. So inhale. Expanding the back of your ribs. Exhale. Coming up and over an imaginary ball in your lap. Then I want you to restack that spine. Breathe in through the back of the ribs. Exhale. Take yourself down. What we're trying to do is really expand and release tension in the back of the body. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Coming up and over. Restacking that spine. And deep breath in. Exhale, coming down. Well done. Coming up to sitting now. Inhale. Exhale. Lifting up. Wonderful. Rest those hands by your side. We can have the feet slightly apart. We're going to do the spine stretch forward. So put your legs where your back feels comfortable. Okay, if you're happy with straight legs and your back is happy and it's upright, great. If it's not happy, then please bend your knees, make it comfortable for you. The priority is trying to get upright in this part of your spine so we can really strengthen those muscles. Okay, but we're going to have our fingertips on the floor beside us. Okay, so I want you to start by just lifting off your sit bones and visualizing your spine growing. So we're thinking axial elongation is what they call it, a sense of lifting up and at the same time pulling down. So we're growing the length of our spine. So little switches of position, right and left, bottom cheek. Come back to your center so you're as tall as you feel you can be and as straight as you can be. Now walk your fingers out to the side. Walk them as far as you can. So you start to feel a little bit of something going on in those arms. Okay, once you've got that, all right, I want you to hold it there. And then take a breath in. And as you breathe out, keeping the spine as long as you can, just drop your chin to your chest, first of all. Good. Now imagine you've got a beach ball in your lap, and somehow we've got to get over that ball without touching it. So we're going to pull in on the abdominals. We're going to drop our ribs down towards our hip bones. And we're going to take our head down. Arms are just going to bend with you. And you're going to take a breath in. And you're going to breathe out. And uncurl that spine, coming up. Now see if you can walk your fingers out a bit further. Your fingers do stay in contact with the floor. All right, so we're just doing one more. Deep breath in. Breathing out. Chin to your chest. Visualize that ball in your lap. So you've got to pull away from that ball with your muscles whilst trying to take the crown of your head over the top. And take a breath in, breathe out, coming back up, and take your arms out to the side, palms up. All right, now we're going to rotate. So you're going to rotate towards me. Use your chest to do the movement and come back to center. Rotate the other way. Come back to center. Rotate. and center. So really solid in our bottom half. And we're really using our upper spine now to do this movement. So we're going nice and slow. Good, 2 more. 2, 1. Well done. Rest your hands down. You're going to come onto your side. Okay, all the way down. And let's get a nice position of our hips. So we want our hips stacked. So that means this hip is directly above this one. Now, right now it isn't. Can you see my waist is on the ground? So particularly for women, we have to push that top hip away. As our hips are rounder, we want to get that neutral position. So now that hip is above this one. Hopefully you can see that. All right. I'd place the hand on the ground. We're just going to lift up and down. Now, as we're doing this lift, don't let the waistline drop. Keep that sense of reaching out. That's it. Good. Lift and down. Lift and down. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I want you to do circles. You're coming forward, up and round. But I want those circles to be the right size for you, not to move your pelvis. So you've got to keep that pelvis still, keep the waist off the floor. You should feel this to be quite challenging. All right, 3, 2, 1. Let's go the other way, back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Well done. Come on down. Let's come up and go on to the other side. All right, so lying down. Let's get this hip. Let's push that hip away. So we are lifted up here. We're engaging all our muscles. We've stacked the spine there. And then we're going to lift up and down. Lift up and down. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now circles, keeping that position of your pelvis still. All right, don't let your hips drop. Don't let your ribs drop. 3, 4. That's it. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Other way, coming forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Well done. Okay, so from there, come onto your front. And what we're going to do is have the feet slightly apart. One hand on top of the other, whichever way feels most natural and comfortable for you. And just check in with those shoulders. We don't want to feel with the shoulders that there's any tension. So give them a little wiggle. And then we're going to bring the forehead down. Okay, and then from here, we're going to do a very small movement to work the very upper spine. You're going to take your breath in. And as you breathe out, I want you to push down with the hands and think of the crown of the head elongating and the spine starting to curl back. I don't even want you to lift your chest off the floor. All right, so we're just lengthening right through the very top of the spine. And then you're going to come back down. So breathing in. And then on that out breath, press the hands down. Elongate through the crown of the head. Keep the spine or the neck, in fact, long. So it's not the chin doing this. It's a real sense of articulation of those upper vertebrae in your spine. And coming down. One more this time. Really visualize taking in that breath through the back of your body. Breathe out. Press down. coming up. Good. Bring your body down. Bring your hands around, elbows up in the air. I want you to do the same thing now. So take a breath in. Breathe out and start articulating through that spine. Coming up. Hold it there. Now breathe in through the back of the body. And as you breathe out, see if you can come up a little more. Hold it. Take a deep breath in. Through the back of the body, breathe out. See if you can come up any further. You might find you've come up far enough. If you have, that's fine. One more time, deep breath in. Breathe out, going as far as you can. And then coming all the way down, pressing into a kneeling position. Okay, and then from here, I want you to extend your right arm and your right leg straight out in the air. Good. And bring them back. Other side, left arm, right leg, reaching out and coming back. Right arm, left leg, reach and back. Reach and that. Last two. Reach and back. And reach and back. Now you're going to do your right arm and your right leg. Okay, so slightly different. You might feel off balance with this. So we're going to start by sliding the right leg out, sliding the right arm out, lifting the right arm up. Now turn your body to look up towards the ceiling. So you're looking up, 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 up. You're using your hand, your left hand for support, your left leg. Now I want you to pull your core in and just take your weight forward into your left hand and your left knee and see if you can reach the arm up in the air. Holding it there. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Come on down. Same thing on the other side. It's quite the challenge, I know. Okay, so it's same arm and leg, which makes it very challenging on the core. So left arm out, left leg out. Now you're going to turn the body, bring the arm up, so fingers pointing towards the ceiling. That's it. Looking up. Now pull your abdominals in and see if you can lift that arm up for a very challenging hold. Good. And come on down. All right, let's take a breath in. Breathe out. Let's pull the tummy muscles in and have a lovely ripple through the spine. So a lovely cat stretch. Tuck the toes under. Pressing up. Pushing the weight back towards the feet. Lowering those heels. And then slowly walking the hands back towards the feet. Taking a breath in. You're going to breathe out. Draw those abdominals in. And come all the way up to standing. Well done. I'm hoping that you're all feeling a little bit taller, a little bit more at ease in your body. Thank you so much for watching. Please do press the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you need to go, have a lovely day. And if you want to stick around for the chat or you have any questions for me, I'll come and talk to you now. Well done, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that today. That was very much a session to release all the areas of the spine and just to help you think a little bit more about the breathing and in particular the articulation of all parts of our spine, because I think a lot of us get tension in the lower back and don't realize a lot of that comes from the upper back and the mid back being very stiff. Okay, so we did a lot of work to release that today. So do let me know how you feel. Hopefully you're feeling better. All right, so I'm going to have a look at questions. Okay. Let's have a look. So we've got Cheryl from Virginia. Hi, Cheryl. Lovely to have you here. Cheryl says, question from Friday. If I lose balance, do I keep fighting for my balance, though I lose all my form, or is it better to grab a chair, regain my balance, and focus on my body's position? This is a really, really excellent question. Thank you, Cheryl, for the question. Yes. So when you're doing work where there are balances required in it, as we were doing on Friday, my feeling is, Cheryl, it really depends on you. I think there is a need to, within our bodies, there's something called proprioception, very important for all of us, and that is basically a sense of where our body is in space. Now, when we do the balance work, it really is about proprioception, understanding where your weight is and how you can regain it. However, if you're finding that it is a real fight and you can't get to that point where you feel balanced, then absolutely use a chair, use a prop to help you. Even if you just have it, you pull it in, you get yourself in balance, and then you let go of the chair, and then you continue. You can absolutely do it that way. I think what's great about your question, Cheryl, as I'm just looking at it now, is that you're talking about losing your form. I do think that if you get to the point with an exercise where you just can't get the right technique, the right form within your own body, then yes, grab a chair, use a prop, find a way to kind of do that, because that's also part of the process of teaching your body how to balance in any particular positions. So Cheryl, yes, use a chair if you feel you need one. That is completely fine. If you find that helps you find those positions, then that's also going to train your mind and your body where your muscles need to be in order to be able to do that without the chair. So, for example, if it was something like, we were on a ball, weren't we, on Friday? So, if you're in a position like this where you're up on your heels and you're feeling very wobbly, having a chair here is fine if that makes you kind of reset your body, and then you're able to take your hands away and do the movement. That's absolutely fine. Okay, so I hope that helped. I always think, with Pilates, it's really important to do what you feel is right to help you learn what you need to learn. And we're all so different. But balance is something that really does change quite drastically for women in their 50s and 60s. It changes for men too, but they're less aware of it, I think, than we are. I think we're always more aware of those sorts of things. So it's always do what you feel you need to do. If it's a confidence thing for anyone who's watching, then yeah, have a chair. That's absolutely fine. Do what you need to do to make the exercise work for you. On Friday, we were using the ball, which is very deliberately used in that session. For anyone who hasn't done it yet, it is used to put you off balance because it really makes you work harder. And I'm sure you felt that, Cheryl, in your legs, didn't you? Because we did a lot of leg work on Friday, which is why today was a nice chilled out, easy mobilization session. But yeah, great question. Thank you, Cheryl. I hope that's kind of made sense for you. And just to let you all know, there was about 120 people doing our session today. So that's really good. It means that our Monday Live is growing. So, I'd like to just ask you all, if you know anyone that you think might want to join us, or you belong to a Facebook group, a local group of any kind, where you have shared interests and friends, please do forward a link on and encourage people to join in with our sessions, because that would really, really help me. And also it helps grow our community. And as you all know, if you watch my Friday session, I'm hoping Monday is going to develop as well, like our Friday does. You learn all kinds of things about life, not just about Pilates, but all sorts of things about life and what's going on in different parts of the world as well. So yes, if you can share this with anyone, please do. Okay, so I'm just going to have a whiz and say thank you very much, Cheryl, for your donation. Much appreciated. That was great. Hi to Valerie Beale. Hi, Valerie. Valerie says, oops, it's been a while, so thought to join everyone this Monday from a very hot and sunny Cornwall. I'm chancing it by laying out the rug instead of my mat. Well, I hope it worked for you, Valerie. How lovely you're down in Cornwall. The weather is amazing, isn't it, at the moment, this time of year? In fact, I must tell you that yesterday I had a beautiful swim in the sea down here. The sea is actually quite warm at the moment, and it's so warm outside that it feels wonderful to just get in and have a little swim around. So, yeah, I put a post actually on my YouTube community today with some things to think about for the week. But I did mention that I'd had a swim and how lovely it is that, you know, I'm a Londoner, so I grew up in London. I didn't grow up in a very nice full house or anything like that. I grew up in a teeny tiny flat. There were quite a few of us living in there. It was quite cramped. We didn't have any money. I think I had 3 holidays probably in my whole childhood. So now to be able to live near the beach and know that any day, at any time, I'm 5 minutes walk away is such a joy, I can't tell you. But anyway, I digress. Hello to Rona Stevens. Rona, thank you so much for your donation today. Also, Valerie Beale, thank you very much, Valerie, for your donation as well. It's really lovely to hear from you. Hi to Judy Hogarth. Hi, Judy. I hope you are recovering and you're feeling okay. Sue DePinto, hello to you, Sue. Where's Sue? Oh, I've lost her. She's gone. There she is. Oh, fabulous. Sorry, I just lost my place. There you go. Sue DePinto says, wonderful, especially after doing Friday's ball workout yesterday. I know, Sue, it was a really tough one on Friday, wasn't it? Cheryl in Virginia says, that was super awesome. I didn't even realize that my upper back was so stiff until those first few movements. It really worked. Thank you. Oh, I'm so pleased, Cheryl. So maybe that's one for you to bookmark. It's really interesting, isn't it? How we don't realize how stiff we are in our upper and mid back until we start doing some of those mobilized movements, particularly the pelvic one. The pelvic clock, I just think is a brilliant mobilization tool because it makes you realize how stiff your back is when your legs are moving, when you're able to have your legs, knees pretty much pointing to the ceiling and your pelvis is going around. You know that you've really released tension. One of the things that you do, I did want to say actually, that you will get, no matter what age you are, if you get a sore back, a stiff back, it's because your muscles have tensed so much in your back, they're not letting go. And this isn't an age-related thing. This can be at any age. I mean, I see it in young sports people, tennis players, dancers, etc. If it gets to a point where it's super tight, your back is just like that. The muscles are locked. So doing these kind of movements is a way to unlock all of that. And once you unlock it, then you can really get into that sort of more athletic work if that's what you want to do. Of course, you don't have to do that because this channel is very much about giving you a variety of movements so you can pick what works best for you. But for a stiff back, today's definitely one to mark down and do again if you need to. Alison Ellis said, missed the start, but enjoyed that one. But enjoyed what I did very much. One to return to. Wonderful. Hillary. Hello, Hillary. Thank you very much. Hillary says, thanks. Really enjoyed that. Nubby Rose in Texas. Hello to you. Says, feeling good. Thank you from Texas. Oh, well, thank you very much from Brighton in the UK for joining me today. It's lovely to hear from you. Alison Ellis, thank you very much for your donation. Alison, very much appreciated. Suzanne Palmer Riches. Hello, Suzanne. Lovely to have you here. Suzanne says, thank you very much, Rachel. A really great workout and my back feels really good. Oh, I'm so pleased. I'm really glad to hear that, Suzanne. Good, good, good. Kim B. Hello, Kim. How are you doing? That's Kimby in Washington, isn't it? Bellingham, if I got that right? I hope so. Kimby says, wonderful session. It really worked to release the upper back and the neck. I do feel taller and relaxed. Thank you. Oh, that's wonderful. I'm really glad to hear that. Summer Fleeda, I hope I pronounced that right. Hello to you. Lovely to have you here. Summer says, thank you very much. Rona Stevens says, thank you. Aching in the hips on the sit-ups, need to work on that. Oh, it sounds like you've got some muscular tension there in the pelvis, Rona. Have another go, Rona, at the pelvic clock and see how that feels. See if you feel a restriction when you take your pelvis away from your face, because it may be that you've got tightness in your hip flexors, and that kind of mobilization you might need to do a bit more of. So see how that goes. And again, if you're aching in the hips on the sit-ups, the other thing is, remember, we were using our legs today to support the hip flexors. So the more you push your legs into your hands, let me just quickly demo. Yeah, so on the sit-ups, the more you press those feet into the hands, the less you're putting the pressure on here, okay? So that's definitely an option for you, doing it that way, especially if you feel that kind of tension there in the body. All right. Fabulous. So moving down, Sue DePinto, proprioception. Learned that in neuro rehab. Oh, yes, indeed. Answer to Cheryl's excellent question. Very helpful for balance issues. Thanks, Cheryl. Yes, indeed. Glad that helped you, Sue. And yeah, proprioception is something that you do always work on when you've had any kind of brain surgery, strokes, all that kind of thing can really affect your proprioception. So just where you are in space, like feeling your hand on top of the other hand, is a kind of very literal demonstration. But as you can imagine, proprioception can be feeling your feet on the floor so that you're able to, step onto one leg and hold it there. You understand where your body is in space. So we do a lot of that in our classes together. Super. Helen B. Hello, Helen. Lovely to have you here. Helen says, great session. Thank you, Rachel. When lifting into Cobra, should the glutes be contracted? Ideally not actually contracted. They will start to go into a slight contraction. But the idea is you don't want to be kind of gripping with the glutes. Yeah, as you lift, I mean, I'm not contracting them now and I can lift up to here, but when I get to the end range, there is a little bit of contraction there, but I'm not deliberately gripping or squeezing the glute muscles. You want to kind of avoid that. That's often as well another sign that there may be some tightness in your back. Or there's been an issue in your back, and what happens is our bodies are very clever. Something happens in your back, your muscles will jump in and try and protect. And what they do is they jump in and they tense and they try and sort of protect the area. And you might find for you, Helen, you've got some tension there in your glutes because you may have had some kind of lower back issue at some point and they've not learned to switch off and relax. So ideally, you want to try and work on allowing them to relax and focusing more, if it helps you, Helen, focusing more on the upper body in that movement. So you're sort of taking the mind away from what's going on there and you're trying to work on that breathing in. We talked a lot today about breathing in through the back of the ribs. Yeah, because the idea is to try and get the tension out of the back of the body. All right. So the more you think about the breath in through here, the articulation of the upper spine, the more movement you can get in the upper spine, the less likely that those glutes are going to grip and try and protect your lower back. I hope that makes sense for you, Helen. Okay. Suda Pinto says, another question about Friday class. With ball against thigh, other leg extended, where should I feel that? In bent leg or extended leg or both? You will probably feel that in both, Sue, because you're using your thigh muscles a lot. So the bent leg is going to be a sense, you maybe feel it in your lower abdomen as well. That's the idea. You might feel it a little higher in the bent leg, and you might feel it more in the thigh on the extended leg. But yes, you will feel it in the thighs. I hope that helps. And in the core, I hope as well. Daisy, hello Daisy, lovely to have you here. Daisy, is another great session. Always something new, exclamation mark. I do try and do that, and I'm glad that you guys like it, because sometimes I worry that I'm always throwing new things at you. But what I'm trying to do is find new ways to teach you things, because we all learn in a different way. Some of us learn from seeing, some of us learn from hearing, some of us learn from feeling it in our bodies, some through visualization. So I try and sort of incorporate all those things through our various classes together. Suda Pinto says, so glad you appreciate your lovely beach and ocean swim. Something hypnotic, isn't it? It really is. Yeah, it's lovely. When the weather's good, Sue, in this country, it is beautiful down here at the beach. And sometimes you can see a seal, which is last summer, I saw a seal. I've never seen one on the British coast before. They are there, but I just haven't seen one. But it was just out from the beach and had a fish in its mouth, and it was diving in and out of the water and playing around. And it was just amazing. There were a whole lot of us all gathered on the beach watching this seal. It was just fabulous. So yes, I do think it's important to appreciate nature and to get out in nature, whatever that is. I mean, even when I lived in London, I would go for a walk in one of our parks. We have amazing parks in London, beautiful parks in London. And I'd always try and get myself out in the park for a nice long walk, etc. So I do really, really appreciate where I live now. Amy M says, I can't believe I forgot this morning. I was out walking with my dog and I remembered. As soon as the replay is up, I'll be doing it. Where you are now, where you live now sounds lovely. It is a lovely part of the world. Yeah, Brighton is an amazing city. It's I don't know if I told you guys, but it has been twinned with Santa Monica in California. It's got that buzz of being a city, but because it's by the beach, there is a whole kind of beach vibe here. So it's a lot more relaxed than London. And obviously coming from London, I really noticed that difference. But it's also an incredibly vibrant and creative city. So our kind of version of Silicon Valley is here. So it's where all the sort of tech entrepreneurs are and all that kind of thing. So it is a really fascinating place. The food is amazing down here. The lifestyle is just, yeah, it really is a lovely place to live. I'm so glad that I've moved. Okay, SW says, hello everyone, question. Just did Friday and today's workout and it was great and challenging. Will you be considering to do a stretching workout using the chair? Have tight hamstrings, thanks. That's definitely something I can add in. I have got SW, if you go to my Pilates for very painful knees, that actually has some very good stretches in the chair, although you don't realize it at first. You're sitting there extending your leg, which is really working the whole length of your hamstrings. So that might be one for you to have a look at and see. But I've made a note, stretches with chair, video, legs, and I'll also do upper body. I'm not planning on doing any filming until September, just so you know. But I will add that one in, or maybe we could do it in a live one day as an alternative to our regular session. Okay, so Calva, hello Calva, says, quick question about rest days or not. I do a Pilates session every day and do try to vary them, but read so much about having fitness rest days that wondering if I should be building that in. Okay, Calba. Well, that's a really interesting question. And Calba says, I do always feel better doing a session a day, though, and really enjoyed today's session too. Calba, this is a wonderful question. Thank you for asking it. And my answer to that is if it feels good for you to do a session every day, do a session every day. I think a lot of the articles that I see online and in magazines, but mostly online now because I don't really buy many magazines, to be honest. But yes, all the media tends to be very much focused on fitness being kind of really sort of, what's the word? That kind of hard hitting hit workout, boxing workout, Tabata workouts, all that kind of what I call crazy stuff. And if you're doing something that is really full on like that, then you've got to have a rest day. Or if you're someone that lifts really heavy weights, like I don't know, I don't even know because I don't do all that kind of stuff. But that kind of what I call hard hitting, grueling workout, yes, you must have a rest day because your muscles are going to be super sore. You're going to have overworked them, and they often call them rest days, or in some cases active recovery. Me personally, I tend to not do my Pilates on a Sunday, but that's because I do it 6 days a week and I do it probably an hour to 2 hours a day. I'm 58. It doesn't bother me. It feels fine to me. So my feeling is that if your body feels good for that, then do it, Calba. Because the work that we do, we're not doing work that's really high impact or work that can damage your joints. All the work we do tends to be flexibility work, mobilization work, strength-based fitness, but a low impact level. And obviously, you've got to go with how you feel. My gut instinct is if it feels good and you feel like you want to do one, then do one. It will not do you any harm at all. Okay. Whereas if you wake up one morning and your muscles are super sore, then you might want to think, I don't know, maybe I'll do something rest, maybe I'll have a rest today. You've got to really try and tune in to how your body feels. For me personally, when I wake up and I feel really stiff, the first thing I do is I come into this room and I'll do 20 minutes, half an hour of movement to kind of unlock my body. And you've got to think with Pilates, it's a very different style of movement to what you see mostly out there. I mean, for me, I get annoyed, I think probably because I'm older as well, of seeing constant sort of articles on having to do these hardcore fitness routines. It's like your body doesn't need that, and having done dance and gymnastics from the age of 3 to 22, 23, I know how much damage that kind of hard-hitting endurance-based fitness, doing 5, 6, 7 hours of it a day has done to my body. So I think half an hour a day, an hour a day is absolutely fine every day if that feels good. Very long answer, Calba, but I hope that reassured you that if you enjoy doing it every day, it's fine to keep going. Super. Suda Pinto says, great, thanks, Calva, good one. I try and take Saturday off, one day, enough rest. Yeah, Sue, again, for you, if it feels right to take a day off on Saturday, take the day off Saturday. As I say, I tend to take Sundays off because that's really the day where I don't do any work and I try not to look at social media. I try and have a complete, what do they call it now? Unplug from life, digital life. And that really, really does help me. But sometimes I go and do a yoga class because, I feel like I'm doing movement. So there we go. Sanjeet in Nepal, hello to you. My day is going very well, thank you. Hello to Joy, Reggie. Good day to you. Lovely to have you here. Susan Lighty. Oops, I've lost where I was. Susan Lytle, sorry, I beg your pardon. Susan Lytle. Hello to you, Susan. Susan says, my first time with the live. Thank you for all the work you do to make these sessions. I've tried to do one every day, feeling great. Susan, Well done, you. There you go, everyone. Here's Susan Lytle, and she does a workout every day and she feels great. Thank you, Susan. And thanks for joining me live. It's really, really good to have you here. Do come and see me again. Super duper. Sue says, thanks. Definitely felt it in the core too. Thanks for explaining. Just trying to understand the move with ataxia. Sometimes not sure if I'm doing it right. And a seal, yay. I get that, Sue. It can be that whole mind-body thing can be very difficult, can't it, with ataxia? So, yeah, I would say it's about, for you, repeating and repeating and building up some muscle memory, which is separate to here, building up associations with movements that then become kind of second nature, which I know you've done with so many of the Pilates classes we have. So I hope that helps you. Helen, you're very welcome on the advice. I don't think Boo's making an appearance today. I've got to be honest, it's really, really hot in here today, and Boo is not doing too great. She's actually due, my little doggy, to go to the groomers tomorrow morning. We're going to get her clipped quite short because it's just way too hot for her at the moment. So there we go. Sue DePinto says, enjoying the August playlist, by the way. Wasn't sure where to find it, but it's under last year's August Pilates retreat, if others can't find it. Oh, is that where it is? Let me sort that out, Sue. I'm sorry about that. It should be separate. So thank you for mentioning that to everyone. And yes, August playlist is out there, everybody. It is a 31-day playlist, 31 days, every day in August. You don't have to do all 31 because we're already into August, but you can dip in and out as you wish, or just do one every day for as long as you want to. Hope you enjoy it. Oh, there you go. Cohen has put the link as well. Thank you very much, my lovely husband. Amy Ann says, are there more ways to work in stretching in Pilates? My hamstrings and hip flexors stay tight and make it difficult sometimes. Yoga used to help, but I much more prefer Pilates. So Amy Ann, have you looked at my hamstring stretch video? Let me see if I can find it on my phone. Hamstring stretch video for it's called whoops, let me just get videos. It was a live video, and it's for tight hamstrings. It's called the 45, oh sorry, it's called Pilates for tight hamstrings and lazy glutes. So that is very specific to activating the glutes and stretching the hamstrings, but it also has hip flexor stretches in as well. So I hope you have seen that, Amy. The other one I would really recommend for you, Amy, if you've got a roller, get yourself a roller because they're really good. But my video with the roller, it's the only one I've done. Let me see if I can find it. Where is the roller video? My husband's probably going to get there before me because he's faster than me at all this tech stuff. Pilates foam roller workout. Anyone interested? Pilates foam roller workout. It's a 20-minute workout. So if you put Pilates foam roller workout in my channel, it should come up. And there's really amazing stretches in there on the roller for the hip flexors, as well as the hamstrings, and lots of mobility around that area. So I would have a look at those two, Amy. And then also more recently in my live, Amy, I did a really couple of really nice videos. One was Pilates for tight leg, hip and back muscles. And then one was stretches for neck and upper back pain. And they kind of go together, but they're separately. They are both 30-minute videos. And those, again, will be really, really good for those parts of your body. Hamstrings are often tight. Hip flexors are often tight as well. And with the movement we did today, the Pilates clocks, again, that is one I would recommend because that will help. It's not that it stretches those areas, but it helps to disassociate the pelvis from the tightness in the legs, and that will help give you some relief as well. So I hope that helped. Super duper. And yes, I definitely prefer Pilates to yoga. I do love yoga, I have to say, but Pilates is definitely my first love. And there are lots of stretch workouts. So go and have a look at those, Amy, the ones that I suggested, and then look at any of the ones I have and see if there's any others that work well for you. All right. Anyway, that's all for today. I'm going to go, but it was lovely to spend this time with you. I will be back the same time next week. And of course, I'll be here on Friday. Do go and check out my playlist for August as well. I'm going to check out where that is right now. And Amy says, thanks. I do have a foam roller and we'll try it. I enjoyed those 2 more recent videos too. I'll make a stretching playlist. Brilliant idea, Amy. Put the foam roller in because that's a super one. Yeah, and if you want any more suggestions, then do ask me, everyone, when I'm next back with you live. Until then, have a wonderful week. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you very, very soon. Take care. Bye for now.